welcome to Reel Outdoors. Captain Adam here. We are in Islamorada, Florida at the Postcard Inn and Marina. We are with a whole bunch of Great Lakes captains from all different ports, and we're here to talk a little bit about what we do in the wintertime, or what we would love to do full-time in the wintertime. But there's a lot of amazing opportunities here in Florida. The Keys are a beautiful fishery, really unbelievable fishery. So I'm hoping that you guys will just kind of share like what you like about this, how you see comparisons with back home, and what do you think about this fishery as a whole. So first we have Greg Magee from the Blue Fairways down here on the end, and he's Greg, what do you think about the Keys fishery?
You know, I have a buddy that I can see out on my left side here that said it best. It's called the Keys disease. It is a disease. You come and you think, oh, I fished everywhere. What's the big deal? And then next thing you know, you leave and you go, I got to go back and do this again. The species of fish, the varieties, the amount of times you never really know what's on the other line. And to share it, I've had so many captains from Michigan come down to fish with us. I mean, 10s of 20, and every one of them just can't believe it. It's out of this world, it really is. It's why they call it probably the fishing capital of the world.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's I love it down here. I wish I could just permanently be here.
Yeah.
So I got Captain Jeremy Barber next to me from In-U-Endo Sport Fishing and Reel Outdoors as well. And Jeremy was awesome enough to invite me to come down and visit. We're here for a great tournament, Fish for Holly, and it's a benefit tournament. We have some information from them, and we'll share that with you.
Hi, my name's Annie Hagan, and I'm the director of the Fish for Holly Sailfish tournament. About 5-6 years ago, one of my best friends lost her life to domestic violence, and we, as a community, didn't really know how to process it all. And shortly after, we were on the boat one day, and we were like, I think we should just fish for Holly. And it's developed, grown over the years. Over 5 years into the biggest sailfish tournament in the Florida Keys, and we're just amazed and humbled by the turnout of this year's tournament with record boats. Right now we're at 74 boats, 320 anglers, and I have goosebumps. So yeah, the tournament, 100% of the proceeds goes back into the community for locals in need, professional women, high school scholarships. We've paid for captain's licenses for kids graduating high school where college wasn't their track. We've paid full ride scholarships for nursing degrees. We also give $25,000 of our proceeds each year to the domestic abuse shelter of the Florida Keys. And everyone volunteers here. No one takes a dime. We just want to put on a great event, and we want Holly's memory and her spirit to live on as we're fishing. We have a lot of fun. It's more of the more fun tournaments because we welcome kids and females and males, and there's a division for anybody. And it's all honor system. You call in on a VHF. It's not the high-tech videos releasing that a lot of the tournaments are going to now. So we just kind of want to keep it old school. The rules are pretty loose. We just want everyone to have a good time, play fair, have fun. We try to keep the boundaries close so everyone can fish together. And it's a really amazing sight to look down the reef and see all the kites flying, and 74 boats all fishing for Holly. And even if some people don't know Holly, you fish for someone or just have good memories and have a good time out there. So our website is fishforholly.com. We have a great website that offers you to pay donations, shows a little bit about our cause, a little bit about what brought us here, and also the past sponsorships, pictures, recipients, everything's on that website, fishforholly.com.
Jeremy, what do you think about the whole Keys experience?
The only thing I don't like about here is that in a couple days I got to go home. Everything's great, you know. Like all of us are like, man, my back doesn't hurt down here. Everything feels better down here. I don't know what it is. It's great. The people are great. The food is great. Fishing is out of this world. And there's so many things. Like today, you know, we're catching bait for, you know, an hour, 45 minutes, and then we're kite fishing, and then we're live bait fishing, pitching, you know, live baits to sailfish, and you know, there's all the reef fishing, there's all this, you know, sailfish and billfish fishing, there's the dolphin fishery here in the summertime, and then there's this whole deep drop realm here. There's like so many things going on. It's almost overwhelming to me that there's so many opportunities to fish, so many different ways every day. And that's just talking about the Atlantic side. And then you have the whole Gulf side fishery, which is another whole deal. So there's just so many opportunities to fish down here, and it really is kind of a dream come true to be here and to fish here for guys like me that, you know, have to go to work every day.
Yeah, the fishery is incredible, and the trolling is very good as well.
That's one thing we can do.
Yes.
We do know how to troll.
Luckily, the fish hawk will read at 12 miles an hour. But I tell you what, the Bud Lights, they taste great.
They do taste really good.
Very
down
good.
here. Here's the Bud Lights.
Yeah, Bud Light.
All right, so we also have Captain Dom Farrells from Dominator Charters out of Whitehall, Michigan. Dom is, I actually got to go backcountry fishing with Dom and hooked a ginormous fish.
Yes, you did.
Is that the biggest fish of your life?
No, I actually caught one on heavy, not 15-pound gear. Yeah. But yeah, I would say it would have been a tie for sure.
Goliath grouper.
Goliath grouper, yeah.
It was about the size of this picnic table,
was.
give or take.
It was about 3 feet tall.
And hooked
we
it
were
on the bait rod.
And we were in 12 feet of water.
Yes, sir.
And that's just why I don't swim down here. So Dom, what do you spend a fair amount of time down here as well. So what do you love? What do you like about the fishery? How does it compare to home?
Well, I was fortunate enough to grow up down here, in South Florida, not the Keys. So I've been coming to the Keys for the better part of 50 years.
You're aging yourself.
I know. And just can't get enough of it. Just the wide array of fish, and, you know, it's just at home. We go out, and if the kings aren't biting, then we fish for trout. If the trout aren't biting, we're kind of stuck. Here, if the sailfish aren't biting, no big deal, because the snappers are. Snappers aren't biting, no big deal, because the tunas are. Tunas aren't biting, no big deal, because the kingfish are. So I like the wide array of fish you can catch. You know, there's always a plan B.
Yeah, it's definitely...
And if plan B was any good, it would have been plan A. That's what I say at home.
So Dom introduced me to Marty and Katie Lewis a couple of years ago with Main Attraction Sport Fishing, and we've been fishing this tournament now together a couple of years. And you know, they're just some really awesome people, and I feel like this is an unsolicited plug for them, but they're, you know, if you want to book a charter and come down and see what the Keys fishing is all about, you know, check them out. They're in Marathon. They have 4 boats, lots of options. They can do backcountry. They have several big game boats. You can go offshore. They bottom fish. They deep drop. They do it all. So, and then they're really just world-class people and run an awesome operation. I've probably fished 10 days now with them over the last couple of years, and, you know, took my parents and my kids. Both my kids caught a sailfish with them yesterday. My parents have both caught sailfish with them. My wife has. I mean, they're just great family people, and I can't say enough about Main Attraction and what they do down here. So.
All right, so our next couple, I would call it. This is Win and Angie from Win and Angel Sport Fishing. They are tournament trail supporters, I would say. They like fish every event on the tournament trail, and then they spend a lot of time down here. One of the first times I was ever in the Keys, we passed them on the water, which was totally unplanned, but a very cool experience. So you guys have been coming here for just a couple of years, right?
Yeah, go ahead, Ans.
Well, no, actually, you came here before I was born, so you start. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant you've been coming here like your whole
Well,
So, Wynn, how exactly old are you?
older than Angie.
That was not what I meant.
Yeah.
No, actually, I've been coming here since 1994, since I met Wynn. And you've been coming here, though, from your family from many years before that. That's where I was going with that.
I got you.
So, no, I have been coming down for a lot of years. We've been fishing out of Islamorada since '97, and found that we enjoyed the tournaments. So for probably about 10 years in a row, we fished about 8 tournaments down here, and every winter. And then we'd fish all the tournaments up in Lake Michigan. So if you add them all up, it's a lot of tournaments in one year. But always enjoyed it. Can't say we always did good. We had our good tournaments. We had our poor tournaments, but we always had a great time. Sailfish fishing is just it's just different
So
than,
good.
yeah, it's just a totally different type of fishing than what we do up there. It's exciting, and not every day are you successful in it, but it's just a wonderful sport to have. And Angie and I have kind of enjoyed that. We've enjoyed the kite fishing. We've kind of learned on our own, picked up from charter captains tips and all that, but we've just kind of done it on our own, and are looking forward to a lot of years of doing it in the future too. And we're here we're fishing with Greg this weekend.
We've renamed the boat, though. Did we tell you we renamed
Oh,
the
yeah.
boat?
You did.
Yeah.
It's a Blue Angel.
Blue Angel.
Instead of blue
So we
fairways,
took
and
Blue
Winning
Fairways
Angel.
and Win an Angel, and we made the
That
best.
sounds
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
I think there's one. I think we should all make some predictions before the end, before we're done here. But I think I'm going to predict one thing right now.
What?
That is that you guys are probably going to have way more fun than most teams.
Well, we never have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You guys are always having a good time.
But I'm with Dominic, though. You are fishing for sailfish, and the excitement. I mean, we do salmon fishing, and that's exciting and all that. But here, you never know what you're going to catch. I mean, all of a sudden, you're going for sales. You're looking for a black garbage bag, which people are like, really? Yeah, well, that's what it looks like. And then all of a sudden, a wahoo takes off. And then all of a sudden, a tuna. Like, I ruined our sushi dinner because I lost our fish today. But, you never know what you're going to get. It's like the dark deep.
yeah.
It's amazing.
And most of it tastes really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all of this does,
Don't
yeah.
remind me of the sushi dinner I lost today. Trust me, the whole team.
So you guys are fishing on Greg's new boat. Greg, you want to tell us
That's
a little
correct.
bit about your boat?
It's actually the third Sea Hunter that I've owned. Started out with a 31, and then we had a 33, and this is my second 33. Just loved it, and it's deep. I'm a taller guy, so it's in with one arm. It's very, very safe for me to be in, lean against leaning posts. It is extremely dry. I don't think they call it this. I would call it a Carolina flare.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see the water piling. Everybody today, when it was rough,
Oh,
we're just
wait a
positive
minute.
they were
you
gonna
have
get
one
soaked.
big thing on your boat that we don't have.
Okay.
No offense, Wynn. We're putting on our bucket
Seakeeper's
list.
a
The
nice tool.
Seakeeper. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I could have
Amazing.
sat there and read a book, like in small writing with glasses, and not gotten seasick. We were just hanging out.
But it's a beamy boat at 11.2, which is, compared to some of the other competitors of it, it's probably closer to 2 feet wider. It's probably 3,000 to 4,000 pounds heavier.
So Adam and the boys and Doug and I,
You
we
guys
took it
went,
out the other night. We left the dock at 2:30 in the morning to go catch bait.
What?
Yes, we did.
That's
We-
fine. I
we
don't do that.
slept.
Thank you.
No, we slept before we went. It's not like the old days.
Yeah, right. We
Like,
did.
It
We
wasn't
were
a
very
2:30 fishing
responsible,
trip.
but
It
we
was
did.
sleeping and then fishing. I
But
just
yeah,
want,
It's
want my
so
wife
fun,
to realize
but-
that.
We
Yeah, it's fun.
we did take it out and goggle eye fish, and it was fairly rough. I mean, it was probably 2 to 3s, pretty stacked up, pretty close together. I gotta say, that's the biggest 33 I've ever fished on in my life. Honestly,
it's a
like,
great-
it just
it's a great boat.
it is.
I agree.
It is a lot of boat for
It's-
what it is,
yes.
and
Yep.
I have a Seakeeper at home, and it is legitimately a game changer. It is. I mean, I don't know how else to talk about it, but it changes everything about how the boat feels, how it rides. And it's so much more comfortable. And most people don't get seasick, except some of us sometimes do.
You know what? You know what really makes it really comfortable down
Wait,
here
did
as
you-
well
did you
is
call somebody
the
out?
heel. Hey, we're just moving on with the conversation. Beheo sunglasses, I tell you what, they make my eyes feel great down here.
But it was dark.
It was dark. though.
I'm talking about the rest of the time when it's light out.
Right.
So you're not ever going to see the footage of this, but, you know.
they are.
It was fun.
Yeah, but you
we
know
had
what?
a great
I think
time.
you should mention something though. Down here is different than home, where it's literally you go out, you have to follow the moon. So you might go out at 10 p.m. and fish till 4 a.m., or you might go out at 4 a.m. till that was like the only fight that Wynn and I have had in our relationship was bait fishing down here, because it's like your tournament fishing. You spend 2 days, maybe 3 days catching bait. That's the big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And if you've got a seakeeper, maybe we wouldn't have fought.
You definitely don't just run to Captain Chuck's and pick up some ballyhoo strips down here.
No. It's a
But
big deal.
I would say like the bait fishing is really fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It is fun.
It is.
Well, some
Super
of
fun.
it, some of it is fun.
Yeah.
The darkness stuff.
Yeah,
not as
unless you do it like 14 hours in a row, and then that's not good for sleep.
Well, I have to say, if you get a chance to come down here, it's a beautiful place. It's one
gorgeous.
you'll want to come back to for sure.
Maybe we should make the Holly tournament like a Michigan.
I think a
It
big
could be.
Michigan
Michigan
contender.
be a
Division.
Yeah.
Michigan.
A
Michigan
stop
Division.
on the tournament trail.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Tournament
to
trail.
Scotty about getting this as a stop for the tournament trail.
Hey, I could be a top 10 boat looking around.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for tuning in. I hope that you've enjoyed our reel-to-reel adventures down here in Florida. We have a couple of different episodes out, so if you go to realtooutdoors.com, you can check out the saltwater tab and check those videos out there. Also on YouTube. But thanks for tuning in. You got to smash that subscribe button.
Yeah, hit the button.
Smash it. Hit that like button. Share this with all your friends. I hope you can get down here. The Florida Keys are a beautiful place when it's snowing at home.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Cheers. Let's all catch
Cheers.
sailfish tomorrow. Eh?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Dom.
Hope we get one more than you guys do.
I just hope we get one.
That's more the case.